very hard to speculate if Brexit will happen eventually or not. Currently, there is uncertainty rising over the agreement on the deal between the United Kingdom and the EU. And not only that, even within the British Parliament itself, MPs have not supported Theresa May plans on the deal. So I think with the current delays happening now, ultimately we could possibly witness that Brexit could be delayed. You never know if the British public would need to have another referendum on the Brexit, or as the Prime Minister said, living without a deal in the worst case scenario. But I think currently we are witnessing a very severe uncertainty on the future of Brexit and the EU.
Exactly, and here is the thing that she said, that according to her, it's a very inappropriate for the UK to participate the European Parliament elections in May. So, I mean, by the language she used, we might figure out that she most likely, if her third vote in her Brexit withdrawal agreement is going to be refused, she might actually resign. Do you think this is a very likely scenario?
It could happen, because there is we cannot rule out any possibility. Looking back in 2017, when a Brexit voting or the referendum has happened, it was not expected that the British people would vote for Brexit, and David Cameron has resigned as a result. So I wouldn't rule out any possibility. But I think it would be a major challenge for the UK to leave the EU without a deal. And that's what nobody wants, neither the United Kingdom nor the EU, because the economic consequences will affect both parties.
Exactly, Youssef. Here is another question, and it's actually last one regarding Brexit. Many economists and global strategists are arguing that actually Europe also is going to suffer a lot in case of hard Brexit, in case of a no deal between both parties. And for example, today the Eurozone PMI posted 51.3 versus 51.9 from February. It's still above the 50, which means economic expansion, according to this index, of course. But German's PMI data was very disappointing, and it was very, very much under the 50 level. So here is my question. In case of hard Brexit, do you expect a recession in Europe? Can you imagine that kind of scenario?
I think we could experience, and that is of course built on uncertainty, if hard Brexit happens, certainly there will be a period of slow economic growth, both in Europe and the UK. Recession is a big consequence. I wouldn't say a recession, but I think both economies will need to rebuild themselves again, with the UK not being a part of the European Union. But I don't think it will be similar to the recession that we have seen previously in 2009. But I think it will have an economic impact that requires both sides to rebuild their economies and until they have a more sustainable economy that is adapted to Britain not be part of the EU within a few years ahead.
Let's focus now on the oil prices. Let's have a look at them. By the way, US WTI is at $58.85 per barrel. It's down by 1.69%. The Brent is